Hello. How are we doing? Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can everyone hear me? Okay, I think everyone should be hearing me by now. How are you guys doing? Tonight's session is a I don't know the word to use, but I hope that you're ready for it. Because I myself I've been thinking and thinking and thinking. How do I present this? That won't sound somehow. I believe that you trust where it's coming from. All right. So if you're joining, you can share with as many people as possible. I believe it's going to help, but you have to listen with a different kind of attention. You have to. This is one of the conversations that I just have with people around me. I don't publicize it, and it's because it stems from someone asked me a question recently and said, "How do you? What influences how you see things? What influences how you think?" And to be honest, I think the main thing that influences how I see things is because I have a very clear picture of where I'm going to. In fact, my vision in the last this is 2025. In the last 10 years thereabout has not changed. It has taken different forms and different shapes, but it has remained constant. I can remember when I entered school in 100 level, and I think that was the time I used to follow this guy, Chris Cron. Chris Cron is a real estate guy and things like that. And every time I watch the video, I used to say that he talks about how rich he is, but I still say this guy is not rich. If your real estate business is really booming, I don't think you have time to carry whiteboard and marker and be teaching. And that influenced why you see that the posture I take in my videos is executive, not a coach. You know, if you check the initial stage, it's always me in my office with table in front of me and then camera and the stuff. And you see me seated, and all. I'm not trying to. I create my sessions as if it were an interview. That's the way I present it, as if it were an interview. So whether it's in my office, let's say someone comes to interview me in the office, or yeah, I'm in the studio and then a couple media guys are interviewing me. That's the way I say it. Because for me, it is. I've never liked the title business coach, business consultant, all those yama yama. Pardon me for just building brick by brick. You would see why I'm taking my time when we get into the session proper. So back in 2015, I used to think that nah, if your business, you should move from one meeting to the other. The only time you should have time to speak to people or try to is, I believe that top executives, the people you directly mentor, would be your staff. That's one. Then secondly, you write books. Thirdly, you have periodic interviews that people media stations host you. But to have there's a question I wanted to ask, but let me just leave it. That are there people who should be coaches? Can you guys see me? Excuse me. I hope everyone can see me. If you're still with me, please let me know. All right. So the topic for today is vision financing. Sorry, we're supposed to have an introduction, right? This is not the usual. This is not the welcome to my YouTube channel. That's not what we are doing here. The first thing I've heard for the first time, my name is Adesina. I'm the founder of Adesina Assets. All right. We're talking about vision financing. And I'll ask the question plain and direct, like I did ask people around me this evening. It is tough. How do you live on? Let me go down a bit than I did in the evening. How do you live on, or how do you survive on 200,000 naira a month? Hey, it's about to go down. How do you, many of you earn 100,000, many of you earn 200,000, many of you earn probably even less than 100,000. Yeah. Many of you earn, and things like that. And this is the response I gave, or this is the response I gathered, is that everything about you and your existence, it's about food, clothing, shelter. In most cases, your shelter is catered for. So it's just food, clothing. In most cases, you don't really buy clothing. So in most cases, it's just food. And then maybe transportation. And in most cases, you have people that you can borrow that you can go body with as transportation. Let me put a quick disclaimer. It is okay to be in this phase. But the danger I've seen is that many people remain in this phase. I've seen people in their 40s and 50s in this phase. I wish I brought one of my old jotters along with me. There was something I wrote in 2021 on one of my jotter. I can still remember the jotter is yellow. Right. And if the thing has not smoothened because of where I put the books, there will still be dents of tears in the notes. It's very common in my writings. There will still be dent of tears. And why? I'm brutally honest with myself. And let me say this. This is tough. This is tough. Let me say this. So there was a time that okay. There was a time that my mom was sick. And I didn't have much with me, but I needed to send money to her out of me not having. And then I asked myself a simple question. Hey, Jesus. And the question was simple. Apart from this woman being my mother and me sending money to her and she being present for me to call her mom, what other significance? What exactly is she doing in her life? A lot of people call me bastard for what I'm saying, but it's fine. And I'm serious what I'm saying. there are people. See, we can emotionally find ways to describe it. But there's no way you want to tell me that my mom and Tadola have the same economic value. When I say tonight is tough, you didn't. So that you won't get to a level where your existence become a liability to your child or to your children. That's why I'm having this conversation. That all you live for is to siphon funds from your children. And so that you can say, my children. And they can say, I also have. Hey. You know, there are a lot of things that we've normalized. For example, things like take care of your parents. Don't let your parents suffer when God is blessing you. Is it wrong to honor your father and your mother? Of course not. Permit me to use this biblical concept. Permit me. For those of you that are not Christians, permit me, please. When Isaac wanted to die, his children and his wife knew that this man is so valuable that there was war in his house for something that he wants to say. That was how valuable he was on deathbed. Warren Buffett is 94. He's still chairing a company. Do you know why Warren Buffett doesn't talk a lot? Because anything he says can collapse the global market. That's how powerful this guy was. This guy is at 94. Am I blaming anybody for the knowledge they have? But the same way they say there's no ignorance in the law, right? That you don't know doesn't mean that where you are right now is justified. Okay. If my mom knows better, she'll probably be rich by now, right? She'll probably be. But does that mean I also want to be where she is? Does that justify that where she is a good place to be? No. That's what I'm saying. Many of us start we started to carry load that we have no business carrying at a young age. Why? Because our parents are not economically valuable. Simple. That's why I use my own parents. And if you think I don't love my mom, then you must be a fool. You know, this is one of the reasons why some conversations are not. Thank God. Thank God. A child should continue from where the father stopped now. You should continue certain legacy. But how many of us have how many of us met any legacy at home? Let me shock you. And I can say this because there was a day a family member called me that you are using our family name as your business name. And I hung up the call. You know why? The name carries no value before I started to name it, before my business carries the name. So, of what credibility, what has the name been before you can say it's pride. The name has been useless. Are there other people? Yes, Dr. Kola Adesina. Google Adesina now. Google it. You will see Akinwumi Adesina, ex-president of AFDB. Scroll down, you will see my picture. First page of Google. Don't add anything, just Google Adesina and scroll down. You will see my picture or my video. First page. Before I came up stage, was there any Adesina on Google that was from my lineage? I'm going somewhere. This I've not even gotten to my topic. Just follow me closely. I started with a question that you should have in mind. That how come you are able to live on 200,000 naira, 100,000 naira a month? How come everything we can go fine in your life with 100k a month? Maybe a little 10k debt here and there, maybe a little old cash debt here and there. But really, nothing major is going to scatter. Do you think? Do you see the reason? Let me say this again. Still, the reason you can send your mom 50,000 naira, 100,000 and she's okay is because actually there's nothing much in her hands to do. So all she needs to do is use it to eat. And then when you're coming for Christmas, you buy her food, you buy all those things. You are basically just, it's like managing a patient. You are just managing a liability. Ah, God, please. Yep. You see my heart. I don't think we'll cut text out from this session. I don't think so. I do not think so. But it's the truth. There are certain there's I even there's something I told someone one time. I said, go and check it. God has only saved you as far or to the extent of the measure of the trouble you've ever been inside. If you've never had cancer, how will God save you from cancer? If you've never gotten in a debt of 100 million, how will God give you 200 million? If you've never had a contract that needs 500 million to do, why will God provide it? The only reason why you are comfortable with 200,000, 100,000 salary, 500,000 salary is because there's really nothing that valuable in your hands that requires. You will realize that a lot will go wrong. In this our trip that we've been on, how many millions have we spent? How many things would have gone wrong if the cash was not on ground? So you see that, God, I don't know how to. Come and make your first 1 million. There's something that you are preoccupied with, right? 1 million must be provided. This is what I'm going to, and I'm talking to entrepreneurs here. Let me quickly give a hint of where I'm driving to. There are certain challenges you are facing in business that is because you refuse to have a bigger vision. That's what I'm driving at. I will keep telling my own story. There was a time when my mom sells fruits and all those things, and we were in one shop for like 3, 4, 5 years, just selling the fruit. Sometimes rain will remove the ban, will pray and fix it again. Sometimes flood will enter inside the shop. All of us start packing water out. You know why we remained there? There was no vision for us to get to a level where we have our own fruit farm. There was no vision to the point where we have our own fruit mall. There was no vision to have our own farm storage center. There was no vision. We were just hoping that we go to the farm, we buy fruit, we sell so that we can eat. We were just living for today's food, tomorrow's food, today's food. Because even clothing we're not really buying. At the point I was carrying my mom's bag to school. I said I was so tattered that the school had to collect jacket from my neck so that when people see me on the road, they can't tell which school do I attend. I'm telling, Ah, there's one of my classmates. All those times, there's also all these cool boys, rich guys, and all those things. When I tried to, maybe they send us for school fees. They have, maybe they are just late, or they even have, but it's in their pocket. Maybe they send us for school fees, and I tried to join them. One of them, he too is not really one of the big boys, so but he's one of those that look like all these one of big boy, but he be the one to say no, this one will spoil our steez, not steez then, but he will try pushing me back. We met recently. Let me just short it as that. Let me just keep it at that. And I was looking. See, someone commented a word that I liked. He said survival. You can live for survival all the days of your life. And you will think it's only in your personal life. You can live in survival for your business, in your business too. It can just, and survival, you can even have a car, yet it's survival. Because you might need to take cooperative money to sell this one, add cooperative money to it, buy the another one. Then you drive around until angel knock, all the chairs have turned, everything. The difference is vision. Is vision. You can start small. You can start wherever you are. Someone was giving analysis that when a child in the US, and I'm not saying they are daft white though. Don't think because I mentioned US. There are Oyinbos that are very foolish. So it's everywhere. When they are building anything, is thinking, oh, this is going to be number one in the world. This is going to be. When we are starting business here, you're just thinking, let me have something to be buying and selling to be taking care of me. Vision financing. See, let me say this. I've said before that one of the reasons why I'm this crazy is that another person's father must not come and mentor my children. May God forbid that I will not be enough. Who else can be the last mentor? Even sometimes it's our parents that will be saying, can't you be like this one? And they are alive. Can't you be? Look at this person on the TV. Look at it. Our own parents are telling us, look outside. Because there's nothing to write home about. There's nothing at home that don't look like us. Are we talking down on them? No. They did their bit. I'm telling you, my mom did as much as she can. But that doesn't mean I should emulate that. That doesn't mean when you hear, one to be honest, one of my saddest years was my secondary school years. Because I saw firsthand. There was a day I took food to school only to get to school and discover that ewedu has mixed with the stew I poured on the rice. But bro, if I do not eat it, I was not even sure there's anything waiting for me at all. Because I knew that was the last thing I took from the house. When you are eating food like you're taking drugs, you put one spoon of water to wash it. You put so I will say some things. You will pay me, you cannot even pay me. There was a time my mom was saying something. don't know. I've been watching something said about oversharing. I don't know that I'm oversharing, but I'm just burdened. Like I tell some of my guys, I don't want to be CEO of poor employees. I don't want to be your guy that is driving G-Wagon range, and then my directors, my managers, I will give them Toyota Corolla, 10 years old Toyota Corolla, and then it makes news. It makes news. You know, some of our CEOs are shameless. They are very, very shameless. You give your long-serving staff a 10-year-old car, you will now brand the entire body. Let them know it's a charity. Let them see that your life is a charity case. You can't afford the car. Let them, and that's, some of our CEOs are shameless. You think many of CEOs that say they are bidding for legacy is just self-deceit. Once you die, the business dies because they play. Just they play. What I wanted to say something before now, because I realized that you can't detach entrepreneurship from your entire sense of being. I was listening to a conversation somewhere, and the woman was saying, when your father died, I did not remarry because of you, so that I can give you better life. And I looked at the life. Where is the better life? Where is the better life? We had to wait on someone to pay our school fees. Where is the better life? You are better off remarrying. Let the person sponsor us to school and maltreat us. Some things, they're just emotional statements. They carry no economic value. Zero. That is why many of us from home background, at a point, we have to run away from home because there's nothing at home. And then when we now finally show face also, it is still charity we are coming back to do. There's something someone used to say around me. If only my father was alive to send me to school. Are you not ashamed? You are in your 40s now. Let this thing be. And do you know, see, if you are listening to me, and especially if you are an entrepreneur and you are from an humble background, there is a dangerous gravitational pull that pull you closer to fellow poor entrepreneurs. Resist it. You will just notice that the people you are comfortable around are also struggling entrepreneurs. Form community oshi. You now be forming one nonsense WhatsApp group. Kiniko support group. Kiniko cooperative. Kiniko. You will now be romancing your poverty there. Leave now. It is better you are an intern with a successful entrepreneur than the nonsense you are doing in that community. Leave. You won't get anywhere. I see nonsense. There were people in my class in university that were well-to-do. I just called myself to attention that how come I'm not close to any wealthy guys in my class. All the rich guys, none of them are my friends. Why? Poverty attracts poverty. You just gravitate towards fellow poor people. You look alike, you talk alike, you think alike. FLO Jeff Fumbuka, FLO. You do that for 4 years. You leave, you still cannot help each other. The same thing, we carry it into entrepreneurship. Is always struggling. You are just, because poverty is home. I'm telling you from experience. Stop going for some conferences. If you go at all, save up and pay for VVIP. Some of you, additional platform that we are saying come and pay for 1 year with a free hard copy of my book, $120. That's about 180,000 naira. It's too much for you. But you join sales challenge of 30,000 and you do that like 5 times in a year. Yet. I will not mention him. But many of these online sales coaches, they peck. How many of you have now broken through in business? Okay, how many of you have broken through in business? Is it not the coach that keep getting, because they keep bringing you together? They are like a church. They bring all of you together, collect your 30,000, 10,000 for one challenge. They romanticize you for a while, make you feel good about yourself, then they dump you. Another challenge coming next month, you join again. You will make small money now. They even tell you to give discount, do all those things. But at the end of the day, oh yeah, Alpha, where are you now? I was with someone recently. I gifted him and he said, "You are always honoring me. Why will I not honor you? Sir, why will I not honor you? I don't have anybody like you in my family. In fact, I do weird stuffs. I do weird stuffs. I have my biological nuclear family. Biological. I have my reality nuclear family. None of my siblings are there. So when it's time to do biological engagement, this is my family. When it comes to my life, how I decide to live it, I have my nuclear family. Those ones, we are not related by blood. And I relate myself with them myself. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just so when there are people I talk to every day, not my siblings, those are my family. We are related by blood, but you see, this blood is even part of my problem because there's nobody in this bloodline. Will you know how you will know you are coming from a useless bloodline? Is that you want to do wedding? They are telling you, let us know how you need us to support you. Orí yín ò pé mo fẹ́ ṣìnàwó yìí, do something. You don't know. As old, you don't know. That's how you know your bloodline is useless. So if that blood, is that the same blood? You know why I'm you know, I've been calm for a while, but I just how do you post this thing that my family member will not see it? Guess what? To keep it simple, to give you the best analysis, I have a father figure in my life, biologically, but I have someone I call Papa, and I call Bami, and he's not related by blood. But according to the pattern of what I want to be like, this one in my reality is my father. This one by blood, yes. Vision financing. God. You can't outdream what you see. That's the thing. You cannot outdream what you are seeing. You cannot. Some of the things I intentionally do is to break a limit in my employee's mind, in people around me's mind. So at least when they see that I do it, I've created a reality in their mind that, okay, this thing is easy, it's possible. One of the things I'm very, very careful about is that people around me, in fact, you can testify to it. When have I ever told you that I don't have money? Even if you say you want to do this something, if I don't have the money, I won't say it. I might be quiet, but you will never hear from my mouth because I'm trying to communicate something that we have. You don't need to know how much is in my pocket, but we have. There was a day my mom flogged me. You know why? I ironed my clothes with gator. There's now a gator we did at the back. She said, ó ti fẹ́ máa wọnú ayé, ó ti fẹ́ máa farawé àwọn ọmọ olówó. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ olóṣì ní kí n farawé ni? If you are born into privilege, this session might not be for you. Walai. In fact, you don't need it. Just one conversation with your father, he has wired you $100,000. What this I'm saying is just noise making your ear. You don't need me. Let's be honest. Even me, I need your connect to meet your daddy. Shogbo my dear, to ba send me message me in mind. If I trust one baby here. Do you think that Temi Otedola or copy need to read as much as I did for my brain to be enlarged? Vision financing. Vision financing. I'm saying that struggling that you are comfortable with, you've learnt it, you have mastered it, say. And to break out, you need new circles, you need new visions. I stopped setting financial visions. You know, that's what they teach you. This year, I must make $1 million. That's what they teach you now. This year, my target is 1 billion. That's what they teach you. No. That's not how you achieve it. How you achieve it is to have a project. So what are you doing? For example, I set out a vision. Number one, I want to provide accommodation for all my staff, for my core staff. Number two, I want to build a studio. Right, that we can film everything in and all those things, buy gadgets and all those things. Right. Number three, I want to build a platform that can stand side by Netflix. How much do you think is required to fulfill that vision? In me pursuing that vision, I will hit financial threshold and pass it like it does not exist. So when I've spent, let's say, over 50 million, 100 million naira, that's your own goal. But that's what I have spent, that I'm still saying, God, see what is still left. You want to start clearing some figures without you thinking. Start having projects in mind. That's your business. You want to have your own building. That machine you used to go and do outside, you want to buy it. But I wanted to give an example, but it's not needed. But maybe I'll just say it. I don't like the way I'm sounding like. One of another project you can give yourself is how much you want to give out. You know, we've talked about it. Between the last time we shot, when we came to Ibadan to record that we did that t-shirt, Big Money Secret t-shirt. You know, that was when we watched that video that I said I need to do also something like that. I've done I'll just put into perspective, right? You can buy a car. And I'm not saying, you know when I say you can buy a car, you know the car we are saying, like, hey, good. You know what that does? It makes you dead to that amount. You can now think afloat. You can now think further. See, let me tell you something. You will asking for investment or loan, business loan now, not a loan to it. The amount you can ask for will become, you will become more comfortable asking for higher amounts in two situations. When you've done that figure in business or when you've given out that amount. Let me give you an example. I want to buttress something. Do you know that this is going to put me in trouble? The amount I give to someone who is like I'll say it as it is. I don't know, but I'll say it as it is. There was day I gave someone money as birthday gift. Mm-hmm. But I've not given my mom that kind of money before. to the is not making sense, I mean. But that person has opened doors for me. Maybe my mama's next lifetime, but not in this one. In fact, me doing it for the person and for the person opening doors for me is an answer to our prayer. You want to do crazy figures? What's your vision? What is your vision? What's your biggest vision in life? That's the question. Can you even comment? Let's even see. Right? Comment only if you are ready for my backlash. So if you know you don't want my opinion, don't comment. What is even your biggest vision in life? What is it? Hope you know that all your dream car right now, in the next 5 years, they are nonsense. Oh, you never thought about it before? Your dream car that you're thinking today now, your dream G-Wagon 2025, right now, in the next 5 years, it will be outdated. How many of us can remember when Venza just came out? What is even your biggest vision in life? Is it car? Your biggest vision is to have something that a fellow man like you created. Rolls Royce will finish a car. Jacob and Co. finish the wristwatch. They will call Ronaldo and start having connection with their lawyer. Please now, let him just associate himself with our company. They are calling a fellow man like you that it's a privilege for your name to be rubbed off on our brand. And that's your own prayer point. That's your own biggest vision. Your vision should be about what you are creating, what you are producing. How big will it be? How big? We still have ExxonMobil from the days of Rockefeller. From the days of Rockefeller, we still have ExxonMobil. Yeah, we are not talking about whatever they are doing, but the company still exists now. We still have Texaco. We still have Kentucky Fried Chicken. Have you even seen what you do become a global name? Has it even crossed your mind? In fact, let me say this. Many of us, the career you are even seeing yourself build is a sign that you can't go far in life. You cannot tell me that God is calling you to be a social media manager. Or that's your vision. To manage social media for the world leading brand. That's your vision. Or you want to be, I want to be the #1 Facebook ads manager in the world. Oh my God. Have you ever seen? Do you know that there are some things that, hope you know, that Facebook never created a platform in a way that some people would have to be ads manager. It was meant to be it's because if you actually committed, you can run ads yourself. My vision, one of the biggest in the industry in the world, I don't even know what that means. Building prop link what? I still don't know what that means. I wish this is a church program. You know what I said? I would have said, gbé ọwọ́ ẹ lé orí rẹ̀, sọ pé orí mi o. Ìmọ̀. My dream is to build a fully equipped hospital in my community, free healthcare. With 100 million naira, you can do that. Okay, fully equipped. Let's even say you want to do the most equipped 1 billion. Let's even say 5 billion. That is what Jimovia just got as Q1 dividends. Just cash flow. It's even more than, I think it was 7 billion. So you have, and 5 billion is building, you know what 5 billion will build. And I know it's the community you said now, community healthcare. No 1 billion. You can't even spend 500 million. Community healthcare. I think got on government in. So that's your own dream. That's your biggest vision in life. How can someone's throwback be your own future? How? So you look at your entire life that God made you, and you're saying I just want to be like Dangote, someone's throwback. How can someone's throwback be your future? How now? How? You just want to be like Mark Zuckerberg? That we call them role model is meant to be a template. Not that that's your destination. A template for you to follow to find your own path. You want to be like Vusi Tembekwayo? To build mixed-use estate across the world that would use house everything a person could need for a functional life. When I wanted to get into real estate, I went to check what's the largest. In fact, that was how I knew that the biggest real estate developer in Nigeria is the Redeemed Christian Church of God. I'm sure many real estate people don't even know. So all the noise all our real estate people are making, Redeem the biggest developer. I went to start checking who built the largest estates, who built the most luxurious houses, what's the future. Whether you like it or not, movable houses is going to be the norm. 3D printing is going to be the norm. Why are we not studying it? Every real estate company now, the only thing they're teaching is sales. Even when they travel out, they are traveling out to use the travel out to sell lifestyle for you to come and learn sales so that you too can travel out. And then they give you sell 10 acres and win all expense paid trip to Kigali, to Ghana. Can you see? Can you see? I'm seeing things that are breaking my heart on YouTube. That's why I'm pausing. Sometimes, you know what I used to feel like? I used to feel like just gathering people in a room, and just play things for them and just be talking around them. Like, I'm just. Do you know how painful it is that you have it in mind to help someone? And you know that if you give that person resources, it's a waste. Do you know? There was a day I came to there's a day I don't I went I came I went to a gathering and I proposed in my heart that the people in that place, I'm going to find someone and give a particular amount of money to the person. And I started asking questions. What do you do? What do you do? And nobody just kept asking for food, transport fare. And I took the money back home with me. I've done it 2 times, the same result. And what pains me the most is that we are listening to the same thing. Book, they won't read. People buy books and won't read. People read books and read it halfway. People will see people that look like their future, they won't study the person. When I was working in an organization, they had an e-learning platform. I had access to it. All the people in the staff in the company had access to it. I still use my money to pay for it. I watched all the video on the platform. Probably the only person. Why? Proximity. Complacency. Is it not our own? Do you know how painful it is that I was talking to someone recently and I was angry. I said, you followed me for over 3 years. Why are you still here? I'm not hiding anything from you. You see me do. Just by joining yourself to a chariot, you don't have to struggle. And sometimes people are even scared to allow you in on that chariot because you can start dragging them back by speaking fear, by speaking doubt. If you don't understand what the person is saying, shut up! It's as simple as that. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. You are the one doubting every successful person and there's sent to low nínú. How can you demonize the same thing you are craving? Someone is doing better than you in business. You think only Baba Sale, but you only chief con, but you only kini con. Even if the person does, at least prove it first. But for now that you can't prove it, learn. Is this person is running advert? Vision financing. How big is your vision? What's your do you know that my vision for the last 3 months of this year is bigger than some people's entire life vision? What was I telling you today? That I've not done 10% of my goal for this year. I've not. There's a way you tell me about your vision. I know it can't come to pass. Because I can tell that it's head knowledge. It's not coming from your heart. It's not even your heart. It's not coming from your sense of being. And also, we can tell by your track record. How long have you stayed on this thing? You've known me for over how many years? Have I changed topic? Since the days of the Monarchs group, it's the same. That's how you know when there's truly vision there. That's when I see people saying that I'm doing it. Thank God. When was the last time we sold a course or sold coaching? To hell with you and your money. 500 people paid 2,000 naira. I was 1 million naira. We still gave out how much again as grants? We still gave grants. See, there's no need for too much talk. Huh? Go and find a vision. The difference between it. You know why you don't have to say all these things to someone born into privilege? Because the environment already makes you think big. The environment already makes you think. I was asking, you are a filmmaker, and I was asking you that Temi Odelola's first appearance on TV was a major role in a Netflix movie. Was it random? It is not. No be saying that. So am I? Let me just say it by saying that. So you think my child will want to act and she'll start from Waka Pass? You know, no. Just think about. You think so that my child will really? I will call the director. How much is the budget of your film? I'm not saying you should use her and just spoil your film, but I know you're a good director. You know, she can work with you, help her do rehearsal for the next 3 months to get her in shape. They there and be talking down on connection. See there. Hmm? You just sit down there. How big is your vision? That's it. That your employee does not mean you should not have vision. And you don't need to tell me you have a vision. I can see it with the way you're pursuing. I can see it. I can see it. You really want to do film? Start by producing some short films. Some 1 scene, 2 scenes. Myself and my friend Samuel, right? In our Sakpa period, we still produce 2 short skits. 1 room, I was the cast, he was the cinematographer and how did we get the gadgets? His boss where he was working is the video editor, so their gadgets it's not even that the gadget lives with him. They gave us BQ, so that's where they keep the gadgets. So that's where we lived. The same room there. In fact, God, I wish I can bring the video. We were so broke that we were shooting film. The place where we will put, because I was supposed to do bedroom scene, we were supposed to put toothpaste on brush, toothpaste it on. So he could not capture the toothpaste because money that if he shot, so he could only capture the tip of the toothpaste and the brush. But we still made the movie. We still made the short film. That's vision. And guess what? The movie was about a guy that has a business idea and he was looking for investor, going in there, going there. Then one day got a win. Everything about me has always been about business, finance. From then till now. What's your vision? This thing that you think I'm just doing now, go on Instagram, search for Ego Africa, EGO Africa. Read out what is there for me. I'm coming. Let me show you. So you might think it started today. The page should still be on Instagram. Yeah, it's there. Ego Africa, the one that has cowrie. Look at what the bio is saying. You can click on the page to see the date. This 2023. The easiest platform to learn, invest, and collaborate on opportunities in Africa. In case you are thinking it's today. Adesina is just the final furnished version. It was Ego. In fact, I had a whole blueprint for Ego Holdings. For how we'll start with this platform. Then as this platform get monetized and we have cash flow, we'll start investing in other businesses, agriculture. But this was when I was intending to found. Then others to just invest in entrepreneurs. What's your vision? What's your vision? Vision is what separates men. The difference between you and I is vision. And me is because the vision is my lifeline. I can be a fool, I can be stupid, I can be foolish, I can die, I can risk my entire life. Because as far as I'm concerned, when you were telling me we additional clock 3 years this month, we still did not do any anniversary celebration. We will start doing our own 1 year anniversary counting on our 5th year. And you will see what we'll do will be happy 1 year anniversary. It is left for you to go and be doing the maths. This vision, I used to live with. And let me put disclaimer before I say that. That I've gone ahead doesn't mean they can catch up. So that I've gone ahead of you. If you get your vision right today and you focus on what you are building, in the next how many years, I know people who went ahead of me that today we dine on the same table. But I'm saying I know people that we should have moved together. But while I was crazily testing stupid ideas and failing and doing and failing and doing and failing, they were watching. The difference is clear. There's difference. There is. What is your vision? This year, before it ends, what is your vision? What should your name stand for? What should your name stand for? What are you building? What idea is not letting you rest? What image of yourself must come alive? What is your vision? Right in your front. And have you noticed that the way I move on, the way I revamp myself, I don't wait, I don't do press release, I don't give a damn. You come a real estate guy yesterday to I'm building Netflix, be gossiping it in your corner. I don't give a damn. Is what I'm only loyal to my vision. In fact, my I'm so to say that I'm not a man of my word. I'm a man of God's word. So but you said what is your vision? What is your vision? What is your vision? You had the things you wrote in January 1st now. This is October. How far? No, how far? How far? You know, there's some things that you hear people pursue. For example, do you think because of vision, it's because you are still trying to let's save up to buy our first plot of land? At least at my own small level, have acres of land. And when I was doing wedding, as I was doing wedding, we were also building in Abuja. No pressure. No pressure. I told my wife, I think 2 days before the wedding, I said, anything that we did not do by 11:59 of the day before the wedding, God did not destine that we will do it. I think I told you too. I said, just forget. God did not. I said on that day, anybody will no seafood chop. God did not destine the person we eat at my wedding. I said, so as long as, and if both of us did not eat after the wedding, don't worry, there's money in the account. We'll go and eat in the restaurant. I didn't taste my wedding cake. In fact, the only thing I drank was the wine they gave us at the reception. That's the only wine I took. I was on the altar there. This one, he was sending me pictures of the what's it called, of the office they were renovating. Sir, they fixed the blind now. They brought the chair on the altar right there. Yeah, I was saying, excellent. I'll call you. Let's talk when I get back home. Because this one, I'm entertaining people with my life. This is my real life. What is your vision? That's my question for you tonight. What's your vision? We have people do see many things that we teach. It's because there's a population of a lot of things. How do I put it now? There's a lot of things that even if someone say they want to teach it, in a population of people that are informed, that course should not sell. For example, how I made my first million. So that your own children too will not be paying for courses on how I made my first million. Hey, find vision so that by the time they are 18, see, you know that somehow we've seen trust fund as something that is not supposed to be normal. Every child should be a trust fund baby. Every child. As I give birth to a child, there should be a savings for this child future. That by the time you are 18, there should be an amount we've been keeping for you to kickstart your life. That's one. There should be an empire we are building that even when you want to start and you don't want to start yet on your own, you have free internship here. That's two. Number three, there should be assets that are already been bought. Land, shares of companies that you bought in the child's name. That when child is starting, the child is not hustling for money. Is vision driven. This is what I know that I am here for. Money is not the first point. The reason why we had to start from money is because there was nothing to kickstart us. A man bought, is it $18 million house to do reception for his child birthday, for his child wedding. But you and I want to get married. Both families are grilling you. So what do you do? So how much do you make in a month? Hope our daughter will not suffer. Are you not shameless? That's I don't, so that my in-law will not think I'm talking to them. Maybe they no go collect their wife back. Nah, it was actually nothing of sorts. But you know it's normal now. Yeah, especially the men. You all are Lorogo. Especially some tribe. Bring 25 carton of beer. Two cow. You know that all their life they've been waiting for the daughter to marry, because since we cannot make it, maybe at least you will have one day in our lives to enjoy. So you are our hope. What a shameless family. I want my child to be getting married, and the couple have to be looking at what exactly are we going to do. That's my own dream. Oh, you want to get married? No problem. Once I know that you're a man of vision, you have something you are doing, that's fine. Okay, there's an all for you to use. Is it food? Don't worry. No, it's done. All the places you don't worry. Just pick where you want to use. Okay. So where do you live? Okay. I'm not against where you live, but you still also have a house and a car. Just starter pack for you, right? Your children, this is the amount I've saved for them in their school. So that covers your children education to the university. It's not money. It's not money. The house, stock up with food. In fact, the daughter is not asking, hope you can take care of me. How much do you earn before we even start to talk? You know, sometimes too, don't blame the girl. Don't blame the girl. Check the mama. What's your vision? So that you are not waiting. You are not waiting on the groom before you do traditional wedding. So it's the groom that have to provide this, provide that, because there's nothing in the house. There's kiniko. There's kiniko. You now put new couples, young people that just started there, you now put them under pressure. They're not running up a task just because I love you now. Don't they cost? What's your vision? So that you stop somewhere and your child continues. What's your philosophy? What do you live by? How do you immortalize your name? These are things you stand for. Money becomes a requirement for the job. There's a vision you have now. 1 million cannot be enough for you in a month. Thank God you know. Am I talking about money because I want to buy clothes? I was just telling you people now that I've been wearing one shoe for the past 1 year. This cap now, if he comes to this life again, if he hears Adesina, it will run. They were 3. I've won 2. They cannot wear again. This one. And how much is the cap? 25,000. It's just for me to order. I don't know. I used to forget. From Fila Yoruba, maybe they made me an ambassador and be sending me cap. So I'm saying it's not because of food. Do I eat that much? I don't. But there's work. This one now will tell me now that, sir, we need to get this laptop. It's 3 million. Is kiniko. This camera, no, we need this one. Anyway, fair. But guess what? I like it like that. So I'm not be someone that will say, we can manage your phone, sir, to shoot the video. It will still come out nice. You are fired. No, we don't manage here. I apologize if I have overstepped my boundaries in what I said tonight. But let me quickly say this. Some of you need to stop sending money home and get yourself right. Yes, I said that. When I was away from my family for 2 years, my mom survived. If you die tomorrow, she will survive. Okay. Okay. Get yourself. You are earning 15,000 salary. You are sending 20,000 home. How do you want to do it? Even if you are flying airplane, they will tell you, in case of emergency, fix your own oxygen first before fixing for your child, or before fixing for, fix your life first. You report to them from abundance. They cannot die before the abundance come. And if it's their destiny to die before the abundance come, who are you? Are you God? You can't guilt trip me. I sleep and wake up for my vision. I sleep and I wake up. Every other thing is secondary. Every other thing is secondary. Every other thing. When I that says controversial. I see people. Okay. Stop sending money home. Or at best, send 2K. Send airtime. Buy 5,000 full stuff for a bill. Tell someone to buy maybe a tuber of yam, like all those 3. Send them. If at least just on their bed, they buy cake. Fastest case now, sir. Get yourself first. Get yourself first. All these strategies we teach in business, there's a vision you have, you learn them on the job. That's the thing. And as someone who has paid for conferences, I have paid. I have paid. You will draw the chart or the board or the question is you. Did you learn this in your teaching me in conferences? No. You learn the strategy when you face a crisis in your business, and then you learn how to manage it. So that means you learn actually by coming of age naturally. Because even when you learn the strategies and the tactics in conferences, when you don't use them, you forget them. That means you never needed them. And then when time comes, what you really need is a mentor that you can call and say, I'm facing this, and you can say, do this and do that. And you only come in contact with that mentor when you keep growing to that level. There's some mentorship you can't get because it takes a level of knowledge to access another level of knowledge. So regardless of what I tell you now, if you're at a level where it's still very low, the knowledge is a waste. But when you reach that level, when you ask the question, I can give you to-do list, not counsel, not strategy, to do, instructions. But we keep looking for, we just want to feel good. Which is that's just why we just want to feel good that I'm learning. Just let me feel good. Let me attend this conference. No. Find your vision and start building, and focus on the building. Hope you know that majority of people they study in business schools never attended a business school. So how come they became a case study for business schools? Because all you are really learning is about how someone did something. Meanwhile, when you get your own cadre, when you get your own position, your problem is unique. Can be unique to the market, can be unique to the business, can be unique to the industry, can be unique to the product. So that strategy might not really work. You just have the head knowledge alone. Jack Ma said, it almost as if when he sent his manager to MBA and come back, they become dollar. And I'm a testimony to that. I have dropped out of 2 business schools because I saw they were trash. My current business school, I have 5.0, not because I'm a faithful student, but because everything they are teaching, I have experiential knowledge of it. So when I see the question, I answer with smile. Have an amazing evening, everybody. Bye.